Go. Hey everyone, unfortunately we had some technical issues, so we couldn't get the meeting out, but we definitely want to go over what we were supposed to go over because it's a really important meeting and we feel like this could really help you guys with your investing journey and just overall financial knowledge. So this will be on our YouTube and consider this the meeting that you would have attended.
So these are some things that we went over, or that we were going to go over, but we didn't get a chance to. And so first we talked about business news and what's going on in the economic world. So we have retirement plans, which is going to go over pension and social security. You have steps you can take now with debit and credit to set yourselves up for success in the future. Intro to investment, which includes stock, crypto, options, real estate, and mutual funds. You have Arav's 19-step proven strategy to succeed in the stock market. We have an intro to tax paying, why credit score is so important, how you can volunteer for Rising C-Suites if interested, and then at the end we'll have a question session. And so today we want to make sure we're keeping track with what's going on today in the economic world. And so right now Microsoft is in talks to invest $10 billion in ChatGPT and the owner Semaphore. US banks are getting ready for shrinking profits and recessions. New Jersey and Ohio join other states in banning TikTok from state devices. US unemployment rates are falling in December, but rising for Black women and Hispanic men. Tesla suppliers are jumping as electric automaker cuts prices for some models in China. So let's get into retirement plans and the two that we didn't cover last time. Last meeting we covered IRA and we covered the 401k, but today I want to talk about pension plans and Social Security. So a pension plan is a retirement savings plan that it's often offered by employers as a benefit to their employees. In a pension plan, an employer sets aside money for an employee's retirement, and the employee is entitled to a set amount of money every month after they retire. The amount of money an employee receives from a pension plan is usually based on their salary and years of service. And so pension plans can either be defined benefit or defined contribution plans, in that a defined benefit plan is when the employee is guaranteed a certain amount of money each month after they retire. On the other hand, in a defined contribution plan, the employee's retirement income is determined by the amount that has been saved in the plan, as well as how the investments in the plan have performed. Now, on the other hand, we have Social Security. And Social Security is a federal government program that provides retirement benefits to eligible American workers. And so, to qualify for Social Security benefits, a person must have paid into the system through payroll taxes during their working years. The amount of money a person receives from Social Security is based on their average earnings over the course of their working years. Now, Social Security benefits are adjusted for inflation each year to maintain purchasing power, and Social Security provides retirement, survivor, and disability benefits as well. The retirement age for Social Security has been increased for people born in 1960 or later. And so you can start taking a retirement benefit from age 62 and the full benefits from 67 years old. And so a combination of both the pension plan and Social Security can provide the income you need during your retirement years.
And real quick, I just wanted to add for IRA and 401k, we went in depth into that in the last video, so feel free to check that out in our YouTube. Just check the last YFL meeting.
And so some steps you can take now, we talked more about in debit and credit in our last video, but now steps you can take today to set yourselves up for success are creating a budget, tracking your spending, setting savings goals, using your credit cards responsibly, building an emergency fund, learning how to invest, and being aware of your fees. And so initially I want to talk about creating a budget. And one of the most important steps you can take when managing your money is to create a budget. And a budget will help you understand where your money is going and where you may be able to make adjustments to save even more money. And this combines into tracking your spending. And so one of the best ways to stick to your budget is to track your spending. Now you can do this by keeping receipts or by using a budgeting app that connects your bank account and automatically categorizes your transactions. Now we want to make sure we're setting savings goals. And so By having savings goals, we're having a specific amount of money that we are motivated to save. And so we can consider saving for a down payment on a house, an upcoming vacation, or a new car. Now, using credit cards responsibly is essential in order to maintain a good credit score, which we'll go into more detail in the next few slides. Now, credit cards can be a useful tool when used responsibly. Make sure to pay your balance in full every month to avoid interest charges, and try to only charge what you can afford to pay off. Now, building an emergency fund is essential for your future, as any sort of emergencies that come up require this. An emergency fund can provide a financial safety net in case of unexpected expenses. And so you want to try to save at least 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses in a savings account. Next, you want to learn how to invest, and I can't stress this enough. And so learning how to invest can be a great way to grow your money over time. But it's important to understand the basics of investing and the types of investments that are available before you begin. Now, when you retire, you're going to want to know how to invest, because if you already have 30 different investments that you've made in the past, then you won't have to worry about having your savings account be stopped and completely using what you made in the past to use that for the future. Rather, you'll be able to use your investments and see them continue to grow even after you're retired. Finally, you want to be aware of fees, because many banks and credit card companies charge fees for certain transactions or activities, such as using an ATM, having a low balance, or making a late payment. So you want to familiarize yourself with the fees associated with your accounts and try to avoid them as much as possible.
All right, so thank you, Darsh. Real quick, I just wanted to go off what you said. With credit cards and debit cards, one step you can also take now is I have a debit card and credit card myself. When I started my whole path to learning financial literacy and I just got into it, I feel like having a credit card and having the responsibility of having one, even though it may be connected to your parents' accounts, and a debit card for your own allowance and spendings is important. When you use your credit card for certain purchases, like we went over in the last meeting, managing your credit card purchases at responsible times, it's very good for your credit score, which can be helpful for student loans and future large purchases. So it can help set yourself up for that success.
And we are going to go more into detail in that in the next few slides.
All right, so hey everyone, this is kind of a big topic we're going to cover now. This is an introduction to investment. So there's 6 things we'll be going over today: stocks, crypto, options, forex, real estate, and mutual funds. And it will be a kind of rudimentary intro into each of these topics, because we will be going in depth and making in-depth videos for each of these in the near future. So make sure to check our YouTube to that. But nonetheless, let's get started. So stocks are also known as equities, and they represent a share of ownership in a publicly traded company. When you buy a stock, you become a shareholder of the company and have a right to vote on corporate matters and receive dividends. Stock prices fluctuate based on various factors such as company performance, industry trends, and overall market conditions, which is why it's important to check the news when you invest in why everybody looks at that as such a big deal in the investment world. Investors can also make money by buying stocks at a lower price and selling them at a higher price, or by receiving dividends. And stocks can be bought and sold on a stock exchange like the NYSE or NASDAQ. And there's several different types of stocks, like common stock, preferred stock, or penny stocks, and we'll be going over those in future meetings. And investing in stock can be a way to grow wealth over time, but it also bears a level of risk for like major events that come, like our 2022 recession or COVID recession. Next is crypto. So cryptocurrency, in short, it is crypto. It's a digital or virtual currency that uses cryptography or security. And Bitcoin was the first and most well-known cryptocurrency, which was created in 2009. Transactions with crypto are verified and recorded on a public ledger called a blockchain, and we'll be going deep into this in our crypto video. Cryptocurrencies can be used for online purchases and peer-to-peer transactions. And there are over 4,000 different cryptocurrencies in existence today, like Ethereum or Solana, which I'm sure you've heard before, each with their own unique features and uses. So like, for example, you may know NFTs, non-fungible tokens. A lot of people like trading those. And for example, a lot of people on OpenSea, a lot of people trade on using Ethereum. So that's like the many uses of cryptocurrency. again, the value of cryptocurrency is highly volatile. I'm sure you've heard of Dogecoin. At one point, one Dogecoin was worth less than like a fraction of a cent, and then it reached to 90 cents, which does not seem like a lot if you think of it in numbers, but when you think of it in percentages, when you invest thousands into it, that's over like a 90,000% return. So they're extremely volatile. But if you watch Dogecoin in the future, it did crash from its highest point. So they're extremely volatile and dangerous, and that's why it's subject to market speculation. All right, next, a not as well-known topic are options. And an option is a financial contract that gives the buyer the right, but not the obligation, to buy or sell an underlying asset at a predetermined date, price and date. And there are two types of options: call options and put options. So call options allow the buyer to purchase an asset at a certain price, while a put option allows the buyer to sell an asset at a certain price. So options can be used as a hedging tool to protect against market fluctuations or as a speculative investment. And trading options can be complex and requires a thorough understanding of an underlying asset as well as knowledge of market conditions and expiration dates. So going off the stocks, with options, a lot of people like trading one stock. Like if you do a lot of options research, a lot of people like trading in SPY, and they just follow that one stock and predetermine certain price ranges that it will be. And it's kind of like putting money on like certain price points it will hit. And options can be traded on a variety of underlying assets, including stocks, commodities, and currencies. So not just stocks. There's a lot of different ways options can be added, can be traded. Next, I know you guys wanted to learn about this, so we decided to cover Forex. So Forex is short for foreign exchange, and it's a market where currencies are traded. The global Forex market is the largest financial market in the world with a daily trading volume of over $5 trillion. And in Forex trading, investors can buy and sell currencies in pairs, such as rupees to dollars or dollars to yen or euros to pounds, anything along the sort. So the value of a currency is determined by a variety of factors as well, including economic and political conditions, interest rates, and supply and demand. And forex traders can make money by buying low and selling high, just like a stock, or by taking advantage of currency fluctuations. So let's say a $1 is worth 66 rupees, and you buy it at that. And if the price goes up, if the worth of the USD to rupees goes up from 66 to 70, that's a price gain for you if you buy and sell that currency. And forex trading can be done through a broker or through online platforms. You just have to search for them. We'll be going over some of those at a future meeting. And it carries a high level of risk and requires a good understanding of the market and currencies being traded. So we would definitely recommend, as an intro to investment, try algorithm trading through Market Watch and other like simulated market devices to try certain things. Definitely start with stocks because options, crypto, forex, these are a lot more risky and volatile, can be complex. So it's really important to start with the basics. And if once you build your investing knowledge, it'll go less from gambling to more from educated guesses and more to building investment wealth. So for our last two, we have real estate and mutual funds. So real estate refers to the buying, selling, and renting of properties such as houses, apartments, commercial buildings, and land. And real estate values are predetermined by various factors, including location, condition, and market demand. So investing in real estate can be done through buying property, renting out property, or participating in real estate crowdfunding or REITs. So in short, again, we'll be going over this later. Crowdfunding is when you get a group of people to put a bunch of money into a large property. So think of it kind of like how in stocks, multiple people invest in one company. A lot of people are investing in one property, and they split the whatever they use it for, like rents or buying property. It depends. So real estate investors can make money through rental income, appreciation of the property, and tax benefits. So if you bought a property and rented it out to someone, you'd make monthly rent, and appreciation of the property would be buying it if it was a broken down house at $400,000. If you renovated it and got it repriced up to like even triple the price, you would end up making that money if you sold the house. And it also carries a level of risk because it depends on the market. Right now, the real estate market is not doing too well, uh, and it requires a good understanding, like I said, of the market and property being considered. Real estate can also be used as a long-term investment to build wealth over time. It is one of the safer investments, but usually people invest in real estate when they have the funds to do so. So this is something you would plan to do in the future. So finally, we have mutual funds. Mutual funds are a type of investment vehicle that pools money from multiple investors to purchase a diversified portfolio of stocks, bonds, and other securities. And mutual funds are managed by professional fund managers who make investment decisions on behalf of the investors. Mutual funds also allow small investors to gain access to a diversified portfolio and professional management with a lower minimum investment compared to investing in individual securities. Mutual funds are categorized based on their investment objectives and strategies such as equity funds, bond funds, and money market funds, which we will go over in the future investment meeting. Mutual funds are known for providing regular income and capital appreciation over the long term, but like any other investment vehicle, they carry a level of risk and return varies based on the fund's performance. And finally, mutual funds can be bought and sold on the stock exchange, and their value fluctuates with the performance of the underlying securities in the fund. So that is a basic intro to investment. And again, keep posted on the Rising C-Suites YouTube because for each of these we will go in depth and we'll help explain all of them so you can fully understand them, no matter what your investment experience level is. Okay, so now I want to talk about my investing strategy. I have been investing for almost 4+ years, uh, onto 5, and I have learned a couple things. I generated over 600 term definitions and restructured a bunch of terms to make them easy for even like 10-year-olds to understand. And I would like to share this with the people in our community. With all my research, like years and years of research, losing money, gaining money, what I found that right stocks make, and listening to professional investors, I created a 19-step detailed strategy, including in-depth advanced concepts like stock chart analysis, EPS, beta level, and more. So my 19 steps incorporates those features, but a lot more to ensure that you yourself can be confident in your investment and it's a more educated investment and you can rely less on other people and more on your own decisions. So it is highly detailed, and I'll have examples of past stock research using my strategy I've used, and I'll go step by step to explain my thought process and how I predicted skyrocketing stocks. And I'll have daily reels explaining 300 plus of sophisticated stock terms that took me years to learn. And I will either relay that to team members to post that, or I'll post those myself. And these videos will be out on YouTube because I'm at a point where I want to help the youth in our community spread and improve their investing skills and create a more financially literate generation. So I hope you guys check those out, and I can't wait to see your comments or any questions you may have.
So now let's get back into content. And so I want to talk about an introduction to tax paying. This is a completely new concept for Rising C-Suites to teach. And so just as a broad overview, taxation is a legal obligation for most individuals and businesses in the United States, as you probably know. And so the process of paying taxes can seem complex, but understanding the basics can really make it easier to navigate. And so the US tax system is based on a progressive income tax, which basically means that the more income you earn, the higher you tax rate pay. And so the federal government uses a tax bracket system to determine the tax rate that applies to your income. In addition to the federal income tax, many states and local governments also have their own income tax, and the process for paying state and local taxes can vary. So it's important to familiarize yourself with the tax laws in your area. Now, in addition to income tax, there are also other types of taxes that may apply to you, such as sales tax, property tax, and payroll tax. Now, to file your taxes, you will typically need to gather information about your income, deductions, and credits. And so you can file your taxes electronically using tax software or a tax professional, or you can file a paper return. Now, it's important to note that all income is taxed, such as some types of investment income and some deductions and credit available to offset your tax liability. Tax laws can be complex and subject to change, so it's a good idea to consult with a tax professional if you have any questions or concerns. Now, in order to be compliant and avoid penalty, it's important to file your taxes on time, similar to credit cards. You want to pay your dues back on time, even if you're not able to pay the full amount due. You can make arrangements with the IRS, like a payment plan, and offer in compromise to pay off the balance. Now, next, going back into what I was talking about why you want to pay back the money that you owe on credit cards as soon as possible and in full. And this is really why credit score is important. So now a credit score is a numerical value that represents an individual's credit worthiness. And lenders, landlords, and some employers all use credit score to evaluate an individual's financial responsibility and ability to pay debts, as they won't lend you these sorts of large priced assets such as homes, cars, and different things that are high priced that you may want to put a loan down on because they don't trust you to pay that money back on time. And so a high credit score indicates that an individual is a low credit risk, while a low credit score indicates that an individual is a high credit risk. Now, people with high credit scores are more likely to be approved for loans and credit cards and may be offered lower interest rates in the future. So right now, you might get a lot of money, you might spend a lot of money on things you might not need, but in the future, you're going to be paying higher interest, and in the future, you won't be able to buy these purchases that you really want to be making. Now, on the other hand, people with low credit scores may be denied loans and credit cards or offered less favorable terms, such as a higher interest rate. Now, your credit score can also affect your ability to rent a house, get a job, and even qualify for certain insurance policies, as it really is a matter of you being reliable in terms of how much you can pay your money back, and it really shows your financial strengths in these aspects. Now, maintaining a good credit score takes time and effort, but it can save you a lot of money and hassle in the long run.
All right, so that was most of the content we wanted to cover. We wanted to remind you that we are helping kids with their startups, and with these meetings coming to a close, we did want to let you guys know that we're making more of a shift towards YouTube, and a bigger focus of our company will be helping the kids in our community create their own startups, because a lot of people have questions that the internet can be confusing to answer. And our expert team, you can check all their LinkedIn's and all their successes. We have a vast and diverse skill set equipped to help you with all aspects of business. Right now, we're helping one of our members create their own e-commerce business, and they say it's going very well, and they say we're underpriced. Pop in at our webinar meetings. It works like this. We have 8 webinar meetings that are 2 hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays, where you can request anyone on our team to get one-on-one coaching for your venture. And from side hustles to LLCs to nonprofits, we got you covered, because we have, like we said, a wide amount of successes from different types of areas. And together we have crafted a team that can help you with those aspects. So fill out the form. We sent it in the mail earlier, or just scan this QR code to get started. It's a super short form that helps us get to know you better. And then feel free, even outside of the email, to even outside of the QR code or outside of the webinar meetings, to message any of us on risingcsuites@gmail.com if you need help. Uh, we offer a very personalized touch, and we help you along the way as much as you need. So those $35 a month uh, offer an unlimited amount of advice from experts. And right now it is free. So I would suggest taking advantage of this now, seeing how you feel, and then decide if you want to go paid in the future. So our 2023 recruitment cycle has also begun. So our future team members, we are looking for teachers, marketing people, content developers, outreach, and writing members. And what we look for, so right now we send out an application form. So go to Rising C Suites LLC, or email us on risingcsuites@gmail.com. Uh, uh, RCS, all caps, and we will send you the form that you need to fill out. And in a couple of days, we're waiting for the deadline is the 13th. So make sure to get that in. We will be holding interviews. And so far, from what we've read, it's very impressive. We have a lot of impressive people signing up to join Rising C Suites. And when Darsh and I are going through each of the members, this is what we will be looking for. So make sure to highlight this. We need you to be passionate to learn about finance and business. We need you to attend our program and boot camps frequently. Be a great speaker with a friendly attitude and be willing to help others learn and become more passionate. Another thing is we really believe in helping the community grow. So we expect this passion to shine for helping youth financial literacy, not just a position for college. So some benefits include you get business and finance experience, network connections through the programs we will hold, mentors for your ventures, leadership skills, and you can make a change in your community. And this is overall experience that can help you in applications for work in college.
Okay, so I want to talk about next week's meeting and what we're going to be going over. And so initially, we're going to start off with introductions. And this is going to be an business related meeting. So we're going to talk about more business related info rather than financial information. And we'll go more into entrepreneurship and the basics of starting a business. And so that's going to be what we're going to start the meeting off with. We're going to go into different types of businesses and the advantages and disadvantages of each, the importance of market research and identifying your target market, creating a business plan, which is essential for all future startups and endeavors that you want to pursue, and setting goals. You want to register your business and obtain licenses and permits and how to really do that, and then launching your product or service and managing ongoing operations.
So one thing I do want to add, we did make it air, so this is not next week's meeting. This is the week after that because this upcoming 17th, we have a guest speaker meeting. Aryan Srivastava and Arnav Soni. They are seniors at Doherty Valley, and they'll be talking about their business EcoTamp, which they created, and they collaborate with big colleges like Duke and John Hopkins, and they'll be answering your questions about startups. So now we shift from finance into business and make sure to attend our first guest speaker meeting as this one will be special and you will get to ask high schoolers how they managed to get success. And then this agenda is for the EBL meeting after.
And so we know that Rising C-Suites is a service that's offered on YouTube, and we are still putting videos out. But if you want more information, then here's some possibilities. So initially, I want to talk about the world of possibilities. And so this is a book that I'm currently writing, and it serves as a guide to entrepreneurship for teenagers. And it gives you a step-by-step process into launching a startup and all the aspects that go into this, such as financial management, building a team, and all the things that I personally have learned from my entrepreneurial experiences in the past. Now, this should be published very soon and would be a great additional resource in you creating your own startup. And so if you have any questions about the book and would like to be notified about any future updates, just let us know, shoot us an email, or just send us any sort of notification and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Now, additionally, adding on to this one, The Psychology of Money is a great book by Morgan Housel, and 12 Months to $1 Million is also another great book. Now, for YouTube accounts, I want to talk about four main ones. So Rising C-Suites is working to put out more and more videos day by day. And so we're continuing to expand. We're going to be creating more reels on Instagram, and we're going to be having a whole video editing team, which is going to make our videos better quality by the day. Now, I want to talk about the Rich Dad channel, which is a great opportunity for financial knowledge. And along with that, the Financial Diet and Financial Education are all different YouTube channels, which are really good external sources for financial information.
All right, so again, so sorry we had the technical issues. We couldn't get the meeting up, and there were issues with letting people in. So if you have any questions at all, DM us, Rising C Suites LLC on Instagram, risingcsuites@gmail.com. We are excited to see you guys at the guest speaker meeting and at the EBL meeting. And again, we're excited for those entrepreneurs or rising C-suites in our program that want to create their own startups. So we will help you with that. Any questions at all, again, ask Rising C-Suites. And thank you so much for listening to us. We feel like even though we have just started, we are meeting a lot of people with the same passions as us. And we feel really great about Rising C-Suites, and we can't wait to see what it holds in the future. So thank you guys so much,
If you
and
guys have any
have a
questions,
great night.
if you have any questions, leave it in our email, or you can just leave a comment on our YouTube video and we'll make sure to respond to that.
All right. Thank you guys for listening and have a great night.